Hello and welcome back to Song Reaction Analysis with your girl JVB. How are you guys doing today? First and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm a music producer and an artist. I love doing reaction videos for you guys. I'm also a vocal performance coach. And with no further ado, one of the favorites on this channel is Epica. And I recently did a Kingdom of Heaven, which I thought was the entire song, but apparently there's 3 parts and I only did part 1. So today we're going to do part 2. And before I get started, if you have been visiting this channel and you love my reaction videos and what I'm doing, do me a favor and just hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you always get updates, and it will help the channel out quite a bit, so I appreciate that. And also in the comments below, always let me know what you think of the reactions and what you would love for me to react to next. And I have a long list of reactions, but I will eventually get to them. And if I have, for whatever reason, not responded to your reaction, or I haven't done it yet, just remind me, because it gets a bit overwhelming at times. With no further ado, I love Epica, one of my other favorite bands on this channel. Actually, I love them all, actually. Everyone I review on this channel, pretty much, I love. I'm excited to hear part 2. I mean, I was totally blown away by part 1, and they're so talented. And let's just get right into it. Oh, I love this. It's so zen. Okay, I gotta say, the whole intro is so awesome. It's like so, it put me in Zen, in Zen mode. It's really, I love how it's just really slowly built. Shoot, it's like perfect for like a movie soundtrack. Back to here. Okay, I have to say, as a singer, I want to hear her more. I feel she's not loud enough. I'm like, give her to me. The lyrics are super powerful. It's super dramatic. I like it. Let's go back to here. I also really appreciate the guitar. It's I love how it's building. It's slowly building. But yeah, I wish that the guitars, the vocals were just a little bit louder. But if we can move on and keep all leaning on the past, we will regret we can't get what we wish for. I like that. Super powerful lyrics for sure.
If we can't move on and keep on leaning on the past, we will regret we can't get what we
I love that progression.
wish for. All the shadows and illusions we tend to believe are creations of our own deceiving minds. If we can let go and keep chasing satisfying needs, we will not get how to forget our
Okay, I have to stop for a second. I love the lyrics. They are so meaningful and powerful if you really like dive into them. And I'm sure if you are an Epica fan, you already have. But wow, I find this extremely intriguing and interesting. And the way they are singing it, you know, the way it's being phrased. It's definitely a very, I think this is something you have to be in the mood to listen to, obviously, but I really appreciate it. And I want to go back a little bit to here. There's something very interesting about this song. It's like, wow, I want to see an opera. Come on. Such a powerful line. So true. Okay, I'm gonna rewind. I keep saying this. It's very epic. I just really love how it's building, and her voice is so beautiful, and the song structure is I really love how it's building, but I also love that it's super hooky, because you know, it obviously the hook keeps coming over. No, it's not like, I wasn't sure if it's just gonna be like an ongoing story without really having a hook, but there's a hook. And I love when she goes into this one note. It's just like a really awesome transition. Oh God, I appreciate them so much, because there's something very, I just keep thinking either playing a video game or just watching like a really action movie that is, you know, just out of this world. And it's just the scene where they're just going to battle, and like the humans just like realizing, you know, about your conscience and about your creating your own reality. And it's just so powerful. Smart lyrics, really brilliant lyrics. Really love it. And the phrasing. All right.
Without a voice, the soul is invisible in time and space.
Each new discovery that we acclaim brings us much closer to reach our aim. So we will finally see all of the universe exist by being observed, expanding every day as we reach Let's take this chance to carry on.
Wow. Okay, the guitar solo, by the way, was amazing. I really liked the little breakdown because it really gave us a chance to kind of breathe. And I feel in songwriting that's important, especially when you have a song that is pretty intense and there's a lot of intensity going on, and that kind of little breakdown gives us a chance, gives the song a chance to breathe. And then coming back, and her voice is just so crystal clear, and she really, oh man, she's got a great register, and she really nails it up. That gave me chills, because there was something so beautiful and like angelic about it, that, I don't know, it just made perfect sense after that little acoustic guitar breakdown, or classical guitar breakdown. It was really gorgeous. So let's go back to here. And I really like that they combining the heaviness, the symphonic part, and the the acoustic guitars and the little breakdown, and then the very the choirs. It just sounds super like I'm on a journey, you know, I'm on a sonic journey of and search for my core, coming back home, the meaning of, and the being in the universe kind of thing. It's absolutely, oh my god. Okay, let's go back to here.
Let's take this chance to carry on and take the challenge as it comes. Let's use this chance to end this strife. Reveal the myths surrounding life. Around and see, we will affect the energy. When we observe our enemies, we will create reality. We will not fight, if we don't see, we will not know, if we don't be, we cannot do it. If we don't be, this is our never know. This is our road to
Oh my god. Wow. Those monks chanting. Whoa. Chimes. Wow. Wow. This is pretty, I mean, that is just genius writing. There were so many complex things in that song, in that symphony, I guess. Like it's not just a song. what I want to say is that the guitar solo to me was really, there's a difference between, sometimes people do guitar solos where it's just, you know, it's a solo, it's like showing off kind of thing, very technical and whatnot. But to me, that solo was like, the guitar was, he made the guitar sing, you know, that was like, it was very soulful. And I really appreciate that because, you know, I'm not really, I think a guitar solo has to be very tasteful. And I felt that it was exactly in the right spot at the right time. And I really loved, again, the sections where it took you on a journey. And I liked the breakdown, and then her voice is just gorgeous. And when they all start singing and it becomes more and more at the end, when it builds and builds and builds and builds, and then it comes back down, I thought it was like it was very satisfactory to me. Like it was satisfying. And that's what we want in songwriting, right? There's like the beginning, there's like a middle, and then there's an end. And sometimes, a lot of times, there's a bridge or a breakdown, depending on the genre. And I feel that they really did this justice and they still were able to make this very hooky, and most importantly, very meaningful. And to me, the words and the music really matched. It really made so much sense. And like, I think if you wouldn't even listen to the words, you would still understand that there's something very huge going on, like very transformational, you know what I mean? Very spiritual, very powerful. And I appreciate that about that band. I'm a sucker for an amazing melody. I think melody is king. But then if you have amazing words to back up that melody, and you have someone who is just composing like this, that's just genius. I understand that's not everybody's cup of tea, because it's way more, it's more composing than songwriting, in my opinion, because that's just like really like writing a masterpiece. You know, that's like what Bach and Beethoven and all the Mozart, you know, all these people did. It was like not just like a simple song, and there's nothing wrong with simple songs. I love pop. But with that said, I want to sum it up. I think the performance was amazing. The only thing I kind of wanted to hear more is like the vocals a little bit louder in the mix. And I don't even know if there's a live version. Someone sent me this link, so I figured I'm going to do this link. But I would have loved to actually see them do this live, because it must be so much more fun to like see them all play the instruments and stuff, you know. But it's super epic and it's very powerful. I love the lyrics. And the message is just very empowering and very awakening, you know. Somebody said, I love how Epica used Middle Eastern elements in their songs. The track has the best solo ever. It's definitely an amazing solo. I just love I love reading comments too, you know, what people think, because music is so powerful. Music can really ignite something, bring something out in us, awaken something in us, and make us feel alive, you know. And that's the whole, I think, power and purpose of music, is to kind of get into our body, into our cells, and awaken them, activate them, you know. And whether it's for healing purpose, for making us super happy, or make us cry. And honestly, if I'm sad, I actually want to hear sad music because I want to cry. With that said, guys, thank you so much for this suggestion. And I'm going to go and do part 3 as well. Let me know in the comments below, should I do... let me just open this link real quick so I can check it out, because someone sent me these links. And if part 3 is also... there's like, of course, a commercial going on. But if that part is as well, if it's a live performance, then I'm not going to even ask a question. I'm going to do the live performance. But if it is another recording, I want to know if you would prefer for me to find maybe a live version. But I don't know if there is even a live version of this. So let me know in the comments below if I should do part 3, a live performance, and or I was sent a link that is from the studio album Omega. And if you do recommend a live version of part 3, please in the comments below send me a link along with it so that I know which link I should use. I appreciate that. So with that said, amazing band. I always want to leave you with something positive. Let's dive deep. Let's really realize that our thoughts become things, and that we are energy, and that everything we do, everything we say has an effect, not just on us and the people around us, but the entire space we're in. It's a ripple effect, and people sometimes don't realize that. But when you like go into a room full of people, which maybe a lot of us have not done in a while, but you can always sense there's either a really good energy or a really bad energy, and sometimes you just have to leave. You're like, whoa, I can't take this energy, and sometimes also us bringing in a certain energy. I try really hard when I'm in a not so good space to not engage with people, because I don't want them to rub off on my negative energy, so I always try to first and foremost just get neutral, and then get back in, if not necessarily in a happy place, because I think that's not always a healthy thing to do, but at least in a neutral space where I'm at least not in that negative mode anymore, and I'm just like, okay, so because you have to keep it real, and it's okay to feel sad and angry and whatever, confused sometimes, but finding our way back out is important. So with that said, guys, have an amazing day. I hope you love this reaction and you love the song. I think it's freaking genius, and I really appreciate the songwriting, the composition of this, and the instrumentation, and the way the song really evolves and keeps building. It's really fantastic, and I love Simone's voice. It's super beautiful, and she is such a great singer. She has power, she has range, and obviously a lot of control. And also I can connect to it. It's not just a great voice, but it's a voice that you can connect with. There's something in her voice that is really relatable, I feel. So with that said, have an amazing rest of the day, week, whatever day, week it is. And leave me a comment, like I said, either with a link to the live performance or the other studio version. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my posts, and I will see you in the next one. Have an amazing rest of the day, evening, whatever day, evening time it is. I love you guys. Bye.